So, if you take a trip back into a couple of pages on my YouTube page, you can see I did a couple of video responses that revolved around religion and video responses against anti-theists. And if you look at that point forward, you can see that I haven't done a video response to an anti-theist in quite some time. Well, the reason for that is quite simple. It's because, well, to be quite honest, I stopped caring too much about anti-theists and religious fundamentalists and other religious people arguing with anti-theists or arguing with atheists. To be fair, I'll be completely honest. I watched this one documentary, and it really kind of put things into perspective for me, right? And so when I watched it, I was like, man, we got some bigger shit to worry about. And so I kind of put it into the back burner. I didn't really care all too much anymore, honestly, about the whole evolution versus creation debate. I always thought that it was really weird that people would contest the two ideas together as if they were the only explanations of how life could have either originated or how life could exist on the earth. Of course, there's like this whole panspermia idea, which I know absolutely nothing about, but I mean, I think it really just kind of stands to reason that since we are literally small decks on this little wet rock that hurls to literal nothingness, it's really arrogant to say that we know much of anything about anything. At least that's how I feel. And so, to be quite honest, again, I watched this documentary, it kind of put things in perspective for me, and I was like, yeah. If you guys want to know what the documentary is, the only reason I haven't said the name is because I don't remember, but I think I can find it. So, I mean, if you guys really want to know what the documentary was, I can locate it for you if I really tried. But yeah, personally, I just stopped giving a fuck, honestly. I didn't care. I remember everyone made a whole big deal out of the whole Bill Nye and Ken Ham debate, and I was the only one saying, like, can I get some fries with that Big Mac? Because that's I didn't care. I went to McDonald's. I don't care. But recently, I started watching some of these old videos again. The funny thing about it is, like, I've said this several times before, but one thing that I like to do is I like to challenge my position. And so what I would do is I would actually go and watch a lot of different videos a lot of anti-theists would make against the existence of God. And some of the videos were very interesting in my opinion. Some of them were very challenging to my belief system. Others I thought were completely fucking asinine. It was a good mixture of all of that, which I thought was interesting. And yeah, so this kind of leads me, so what is this video about? Really this video is just me talking about my contentions when it comes to anti-theists specifically, because as you should know at this point, if you've been subscribing for a while, I don't have any problem with atheists. Like, at all. I really don't. I mean, you can clearly see by the people who I have not only on my features list, but the people who I comment on and the people whose videos I share. Lots of them are atheists. A lot of them don't believe in God. And I don't care. I like them. I like the content they provide. And if they wish to have a conversation with me about God and why I feel the way I feel, I definitely have that conversation, So again, you can look, the proof's in the pudding. You can see a lot of the people whose videos I share and the people I comment on. A lot of them are atheists, and I don't care. And one of my best friends is an atheist. One woman that I loved to death was an atheist. My ex-girlfriend was an atheist. I mean, again, I don't have any issue with people not believing in God. I really don't. I don't have any problem with that. So I don't want anyone to watch this video and think that I'm against atheism, because I'm not. I'm really apathetic towards it, honestly. I really don't care. I mean, that's your choice, and if you wish to talk to me about it, then we can talk, but I mean, it is what it is to me. As long as you treat me well, everything's fine. The issue I do have is with specifically anti-theists, the people who think that religion is really, really bad. And to be fair, just because I defend religion to a certain extent, I am not a big fan of all religions, at all. I'm not, just because I say that people are not stupid for being religious, or that you can't berate someone for being religious, that doesn't mean that I'm a big fan of all religions in general, because I'm not. I'm not a big fan of Luciferianism, and I'm certainly not a big fan of Satanism, I guess for very obvious reasons, but yeah. So even though I do contest that and argue against the anti-theists about religion, religion has certainly done some great things for society, as well as has been the excuse for terrible things. But it certainly isn't one of the world's biggest problems, like, at all. At least not the religion a lot of the anti-theists criticize. Yeah, so one problem that I've always had with a lot of anti-theists is how condescending and arrogant these people tend to be. Like, it blows my mind that these people think that they're so fucking smart when sometimes they say some of the most asinine shit ever. Like I mean, a lot of these people who a lot of people hold up in respect, you know, like the big name YouTube atheists, they're YouTube atheists. They're regular people who have a platform who espout nonsense, let's be honest. I mean, a lot of them don't say anything that is profoundly intelligent. A lot of them aren't even particularly reasonable people. I mean, you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? But you don't know? Well, I'm talking about your Mr. Epsilon. I'm talking about your Jackson Glenn. I'm talking about your Essence Fly. I'm talking about your TJ and the Amazing Atheist. I'm talking about those guys. The atheist voice. I'm talking about them. Not particularly intelligent people. I mean, they're not really stupid. Okay, well, let's be fair. Mr. Epsilon. Okay, they're not really like stupid people, but I mean, again, they don't ever really say anything that is profoundly intelligent or anything that's really going to help people live great lives. They just make fun of people. And even though I make fun of people all the fucking time, I usually try to couple it with something that's going to help you live a better life. You know, I don't ever just like make a video response, you know, just to make fun of someone. I usually try to incorporate something reasonable, something to make you think, something that's going to make you evaluate your life, going to make you think about your position. That's what I try to do, because I don't think it makes any sense to just pick a video and then just make fun of it. I mean, anyone can do that, but I mean, to really make you think and to really put something into it is really a goal of mine when I make video responses. I don't really try to make fun of it. It's stupid. It's a waste of time to just make fun of somebody. There's no reason to record a video to just watch me make fun of people. There has to be something to it, I feel. You know, and so that's one contention I have, because I feel like a lot of anti-theists, I mean, they make some of the most dumbass arguments I've ever heard and just espout nonsense. And again, it's not really that these people are stupid or anything like that. You know, they're not dumb people, but they have this level of arrogance to where they think they're smarter than what they actually are. And I think a huge portion of that is because they have such a big platform. Kind of feeds to their ego, and that's why they can't see that when they're really far up their own asses, that, you know, the smell isn't coming from everybody else. You know what I mean? I think, again, the Young Turks is another fantastic example. You know, I remember I made a video once, it's still on my channel, where I criticized the theory of evolution because I don't think it's an accurate representation of how we came to be. And I don't think that because I haven't thought about the theory. I've studied the theory extensively for fucking years because I had to take several different biology classes. Like, I understand the mechanics of natural selection. I'm a very reasonable person. I think complexly about lots of different things. And that leads me to, you know, two things. One, simply criticizing the theory of evolution made people unsubscribe from me. I guess they got their fucking feelings hurt. I guess they didn't think that a channel that criticizes all of society wasn't gonna touch the theory of evolution, but I mean, come on. The second thing is that a lot of people will sometimes comment on my channel and they'll be like, you know, from watching your videos, I never would have painted you as a Christian. I never would have painted you as someone who believes in the Bible because you're so logical and reasonable. And then I'm usually like, well, of course I am. Why would I not be? Seriously, like, why? I mean, just because I think there's a creator doesn't mean that I'm stupid. You know, and I think that's one unfair thing, and I've seen a lot of anti-theists just really berate a lot of believers or a lot of religious people as just being stupid, you know, or just being dumb, and they don't respect the intelligence or don't respect the fact that some of these people have complexly thought about their religion. Now, granted, are there some dumbass people who think there's a God? Yeah, I'm not going to contest that. But I mean, there's some dumbass people who don't think there's a God. So I mean, stupidity is just fucking pindy. I mean, Lacey Green. I mean, come on, like let's not bullshit anyone here, you know. I mean, so yeah, again, I don't want anyone to watch this video and think that I have an issue with atheists, because again, I don't. It's just that these anti-theists who are incredibly arrogant and make some of the dumbest arguments I've ever seen. That's what really gets me. Like, for example, I've seen a lot of different anti-theists kind of make an argument against God, like they will contest attributes of the Yahweh, right? Or they'll make like the moral argument that because God is not all good, you know, that he can't exist, or that's part of it. They'll try to debunk the attributes, and I really think that it's kind of a stupid thing to do when you try to contest the morality of God for two reasons. One, most of the time, these people are moral relativists, or they think that morality is something subjective, or morality is something that you can calculate with like some scientific process or something. I might be strawmanning that, so do not quote me on that. I'll have to do more research into that. But again, most of the time, these people are really subjective about their morality, and so I feel that, of course, if you can test God against your own morality, you can make anything look bad or evil because it's your fucking morality. It's subjective, right? Of course you can make anything look bad on that nature, so it's worthless because it's based on your subjective reasoning. Second thing, even if you do logically prove that the Creator, or Yahweh, God, is not good and that he's indeed evil, the only thing you've proven is that he's a liar. You haven't proven that he doesn't exist. I mean, even if you make it seem like, hey, look, God has done all these bad things, it would be evidence of his existence itself, dumbass. So, even then, like I said, you just would have proven he's a liar, not that he doesn't exist, if you can test that he's not all good. So, it's a worthless argument to say that part of the reason why God can't exist is because he's not all good. And of course there's more, and I think there's a video I'll probably respond to when I really delve deeper into that topic, but again, that's just one argument I've heard. There's lots of different arguments I've heard. And to be honest, again, I don't really feel like it's my job to defend the existence of the Creator. I really don't. I feel like it'd be a waste. And look, here's the thing. I will fully acknowledge that I cannot prove there's a God. I can't do that. I can't. I can talk to you about why I feel the way I feel, but I can't prove that to you. I can't. I don't have that ability, you know. So I'm never gonna say I have proof. I can't. I'd be lying. I don't have proof. I can't prove it. I can talk to you as to why I feel that way, but I can't prove it. You know. And again, I just always find it odd when people, you know, say that, because I always thought it was blatantly obvious on my position of God, because I've talked about the Bible several times before, and again, there are videos on my channel when I talk about the Bible and whatnot. So I always thought it was clear. I remember there's one video where I blatantly stated I was a Christian, so yeah. But yeah, I don't really like using labels to define myself, not because I don't believe in labels, but because I don't always think I fully represent an idea, and I'll have to make a whole video about that in particular. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to say this video is going to serve as a bit of a warning to some people. And this video is, I am going to be doing several video responses to anti-theists. Partly because I have gotten video responses to do so, another part because I think some of the arguments are just damn stupid. And so, if you do not wish to watch me video respond to anti-theists who are incredibly arrogant and snarky and make dumbass arguments, then by all means, you can unsubscribe. And I will say this: thank you for everything you have done for me. I appreciate all of the likes and the comments and the fact that you have been subscribed to me up to this point, if you choose to unsubscribe. If you choose to unsubscribe, again, thank you for everything that you have done for me so far. But I do not want you all to be blindsided by what is to come, because I feel like my snarkiness knows no bounds when it comes to asininity. So, yeah. Now, usually when I say this, I'm joking, but a lot of people have honestly asked me, will I be doing another video response to Essence of Thought? And I'm going to leave it at that. So, with that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.